Hey folks, making this short video here because I had questions. Hey man, what are you running for this? What are you running for that? This, that, and other. And I appreciate, people actually wanting to know. And I appreciate y'all that came through and watched the my little test stream, getting everything laid out. I'm just gonna run this down for you right fast. There ain't gonna be no flash in the pan graphics, no grading, slide scale, none of that other good stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead. You know what I mean? Go ahead and run it down. Okay. So for a case, we start at the top. Cooler Master HAF Evo Land Box. Been using these for years. People, what the hell? Look, man, we used to use them for test benches. And because you can actually set a computer up, you can change power supplies pretty easy. They go in the basement. You got two hot swappable drive bays in front, which where I got two 8 terabyte Seagate Iron Horse NAS drives in there. You got two more slots in the back. In the rear to the left, I got two more Seagate 8 terabyte NAS drives in there. And I had to get kind of creative, is the word that I'll use. I'll just leave it as creative, where I put in a Crucial MX500 1 terabyte SATA drive. Is solid state drive. I use that as a scratch drive for when I'm editing videos. I use it for a scratch drive. But to go with the case and to make sure I got enough juice for everything, I got a Seasonic Focus G750, which is 750 watts. It has a 850 plus gold rating. And so it's not a lot of overkill. I mean, when I done the math of the wattage of what it would take, it works. It comes in pretty good. For fans, I have two 120 millimeter and 120 millimeter in back from a company called Up Here, and they're RGB addressable fans. I chose these due to a tech YouTuber called J2Cents. I've been watching him for a while, and he done an unboxing and a thing on them, fan speed, quiet, airflow, and he is like, wow, I can't believe these fans, and they come in a box of 5. I can't believe these fans are these cheap. I bought them. And I took out the factory Cooler Master fans to come with the half Evo box. It comes with 2 in the front and none in the back. So I just pulled them out and put 2 up front, and then put another one of the Up Here, which is a strange name, fans in back. For GPU, I'm running a ROG Strix GeForce RTX 2070 OC 8 gigabyte. I'm not overclocking. I'm not a gamer, so it's not overclocked. Everything is running stock out of the box, okay? For a CPU, I'm running the AMD Ryzen 9 3rd generation 3900X. It has 12 cores and 24 threads. It has 4.6 gigahertz max boost clock and a 3.8 gigahertz base clock. I'm running a Scythe Fuma 2 air cooler on it, and it has 220 millimeter fans. One is slimmer than the other. If you can see it in the picture, so you have to put them. You're not gonna get it in the wrong spot because that thick. You can see it in the picture. And Scythe Fuma is known for running very quiet and very cool, and it should do real easy keeping this cool. I said, being I don't game and I don't overclock. The CPU comes with a factory, that Wraith style cooler from AMD. They're kind of loud to me, but I mean, I guess as long as you ain't pushing the machine hard, it'll be fine. But I figure air coolers are relatively inexpensive when compared to the CPUs that they're keeping cool. So I just figure I'd go with something that I know I'm not going to have any issues with. For the motherboard that the AMD is plugged into, I got a Gigabyte Aorus X570 Pro Wi-Fi. This board has everything I need: multiple fan headers, reset clock, just two M.2 slots, 6 SATA ports. I mean, just it is plenty of board for what I have here. And this board, if you wanted to, you can run a RAID array straight off this board without using a PCI card or a RAID card. It has 6 SATA ports, and this board will run a RAID array right off the rip. So in case that's something you need, or you're looking at building your own, your own server, in-house server, small server for your business or something like this, low cost deal right there. You can get the board, run a RAID, run 6 hard drives right off the board. Oh, and to go along with the fans, the up here fans, is 2 Noctua Redux 80 millimeter fans in the rear. They're on the back of the case in the basement, and they're next to the power supply. And they're running an exhaust. The 120 millimeter up here fan in the back, it's running an exhaust, and the 220 millimeter up here fans in front are running their intake. They're pulling air in. Also, the fans on the Scythe Fuma 2, they're running front to rear as well. So they're sucking air in the front and pushing it out the back. So there's plenty of airflow to keep everything inside of there cool. For memory, I'm running G.Skillz Trident Z, 16 gigabyte sticks. I'm running 4 sticks, so I have 64 gigabytes of memory, which is plenty for what I do, rendering videos. I render videos. I render my own videos. I run HitFilm Express 14 and DaVinci Resolve. For my operating systems, I have 2 Samsung 970 Evo Plus NVMe M.2 drives. I have a 1 terabyte that's running Windows 10 Professional, the 64-bit version, and a 2 terabyte drive that you can see that's running Linux Mint. It's a dual boot machine I'm running. So when I boot, I can either boot the Linux or I can boot to Windows. And both of them are Samsung. Both of them are 970 Evo Plus. I still gotta have my DVD burner, and it's a light on, all right. DVD, read, write, record. For video, I have the AverMedia Live HD2. It's a 1080p by 60 card, and it works just fine. The video that y'all saw today is coming. The cameras, everything runs into that card. Speaking of cameras, I sold my Sony A6400, and I know Over was, what? I'm like, yeah, but I bought a Sony ZV E10. Oh, okay, that's okay. Which is a good camera. I'm still getting it dialed in, and it rides shotgun with my Sony A5100. That you can see, you see it sitting up there on the tripod over one of the computer monitors, and the ZV is off to the side, shooting for a side angle. I also have in there, as you can see, NV Audio Note audio card by EVGA. Now granted, this motherboard has a pretty good audio output on it, but I'm running Klipsch audio desktop speakers with a powered subwoofer, and with the software it has an equalizer, and I can move the sound around how I need to, to get my sound right. Plus, when you have a higher fidelity audio system, I may hear something that one of my video cameras picked up at an accident scene that in a quote unquote normal base system I may not hear. It may be something I want to boost. It might be something I want to cut, depending on whether it's something good or bad that you're pushing out to your customer. So to me, that was cheap insurance there. For microphones, I have the Audio Technica AT 2020 XLR, and I also have the PreSonus PD-70. Both are XLR microphones. Both require phantom power, and they get the phantom power from my mixing console, which is a Yamaha MG10XU. For the microphone mounts, I have two Rode PSA-1s, two of them. And so because I hate spending time, swapping microphones, whatnot. For some odd reason, when I'm doing the, also to go along with that, you can see on the side, I have a Rolls MS-111 microphone switch. That switch, you can set it up where it's monetary or it locks. It's like a cough button. Like if you're on a call, like when you're on the call, you're live, conference call or streaming, you got to sneeze or somebody stop talking. Don't mess with your mixer. You don't have to mess with your mixer. You just press the button and it mutes the mic. There's no clicking sound. The people on the other end, you don't hear anything. You don't hear a click, then it goes dead, then hear another click and it comes back live like it does when you're clicking the off and on switch on a Blue Yeti microphone, where you can actually hear the click before it goes back and you hear the click when it comes back in. You don't have that there with that. And everything is running on Mogami XLR cables. Mogami XLR cables. That's all the cables in my system are Mogami. My mouse is I don't know if they can pronounce it Rapu or Rapo. It's a Bluetooth mouse designed for video editing because it has the side wheel. You got your normal mouse buttons, your forward and advance, and you actually have a wheel, a thumb wheel on the side where when you're editing video, if you edit video, you know what I'm talking about, where you can scroll your timeline side to side. This mouse has that on there. And I have a Viper keyboard, a full-size Viper keyboard with red cherry switches in it, which has a very good feel to it. For monitors, I'm running two LG 27UL 550-Ws. That's a mouthful. They're 4K ultra high def IPS LED monitors, and I'm running two of them, as you see. And for lighting, I have two Nanlite LED light panels. I have the little small one that you see over the main monitor, and I have a larger one, a 14-inch one that's off to the side, and I use it on low setting as a side light. So that's it, folks. Cooler Master Evo Box Seasonic Focus G750. Up here, RGB fans, 120 millimeter, ROG Strix GeForce RTX 2070 OC 8 gigabyte, AMD Ryzen 9 3rd Gen 3900X, Gigabyte Aorus X570 Pro Wi-Fi board, Noctua Redux 80 millimeter fans, G.Skillz Triton Z 16 gigabyte sticks times 4, Samsung Evo Plus NVMe M.2, a 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte, Skyfuma 2 air cooler, Light On All Right DVD recorder, Crucial MX 500 1 terabyte SATA solid state drive for my scratch drive, Seagate Iron Wolf NAS 8 terabyte spinning hard drives times 4, Mogami XLR cables, AverMedia Live HD2 video card. Well, video card. I'll leave it at video card. EVGA NV Audio Note sound card, even though it has onboard sound, still I got that. 2 Rode PSA-1 booms. Corsair, oh, I forgot my Corsair Virtuoso RGB wireless headphones. I got a pair of these, the same person, J2Cents, recommended them. And I got these, and I actually love these things. They sound very good. I didn't expect that good of a sound for a wireless headphone. You can also run it wired. You can also run the mini jack to your sound card in case you don't want to run wireless. And it has a removable microphone on a boom that you can plug into it. If you like, gamers mainly use that, or, you know, when they're gaming and streaming. My Rapo Bluetooth mouse, my Viper keyboard, the 2 LG 27-inch monitors, my Rose MS-111 microphone switch, 2 NAND lights, PreSonus PD70, an Audio-Technica 2020 XLR, going through a Yamaha MG10XU, and I sold the Sony A6400. I cried, but I bought, 2 days later, I bought a Sony ZV E10, and I still got my old reliable Sony A5100. Thanks, y'all. Y'all be good and be safe. Bye.